Today, you're in with another ride along. We got 6 vehicles for you today. The first one here, we've got some AC work to do. Let's jump into it. All right, first job of the day here. We've got a driver's temp actuator to replace. We also have a hose under the dash to take care of, but we're also gonna do a full out leak check. We're doing the hose because we can blatantly see that it has a leak, so we're replacing that, but they opted to do a complete leak check, so we're gonna take care of that as soon as we're done with this actuator. So our driver, can I have the key in the door? All right, let's see if we can just confirm one more time. I did this last week. We confirmed our clicking, but I want to put my hands on it to make sure, 100%. Of course, now it's not going to do it because I'm trying to show you guys. Oh, there it goes. Yep. It's pretty loud. All right, cool. We got the right one. Let me get some Torx bits and go from there. Can I get that icon kit, please? Let me show you where it's at. That one there. So pretty easily accessible. It's only got 2 Torx bits in it. So we use this little icon kit that I got. It's got easy access to stuff. Can I have the drill? Can I get the actuator? All right, there's your old actuator. Here's the new one. We need to swap this over. One way to fit, just like that. Okay. Oh. Now we gotta line the door up though. We got that in. Now we just gotta put the bolts back in and we're gonna go ahead and get a leak check done on this thing. Okay, I know I said we're gonna do a leak check, but first I gotta change this discharge line. And we're gonna do that real fast and then we will do a leak check. So again, I'm only replacing this line because we have a major leak right here, but the customer did opt to have a full leak check done because we want to make sure that we don't have an evaporator leaking, condenser, or something else that's small. So we're going to do just a quick basic nitrogen leak test with our sniffer. You got a hose for me?
Yep.
So it was leaking right out of here and blowing across the line right there. So nice new line, made by 4 Seasons, made in China. It's already got new O-rings on it. So we're good. Now, I don't suspect to find any leaks here. Come on, we're going to have 2 leaks. Is it possible? Of course it's possible. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think the leak that we found is the only one. But the customer wants to be on the ease the mind side, so to speak. So we're going to go ahead and do a leak check, mainly because we're checking for the evaporator. And I believe this is the one that has the drain tube in the frame. So I can't plug it in order to force everything into the evaporator, into the cab. So we're going to have to just deal with it as it is. If you're interested in what this leak detector is, this is the Inficon AST 300 ppm. It's the parts per million. This has the cloud function. It's the greatest freaking thing in the world. If you get the slightest hit in an area, this number will start going up. And then you can use the mode, see, like that, just because of the machine over here. Or I'm sorry, I was covering the line, the thing in the back. You hit mode and go to pinpoint, and I've never been led wrong with this one yet. All the other sniffers I've ever owned, I've always been led wrong. And obviously, don't cover the little port because it makes the number go crazy. All right, as I suspected, there's no leaks in this. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing filled back up so that way we can get on to the next job. So I will see you at the next job, which is the check engine light. All right, y'all, we are back, or we're at the next job. So it's a 2014 Nissan Maxima. It's got a PO 171, fuel system 2 lean bank 1. This is I believe it is the 3.5 V6. So we got one side of the engine that's 2 lean. So we're going to go check some data and see what we've got going on. We'll look at some fuel trims, confirm it's definitely lean, maybe look at some O2 sensors, find out what's going on. They're reading pretty damn identical. I got 2.2 volts on bank 2, sensor 1, and I've got about 2.2 volts on bank 1, sensor 1. So they're about the same. So we need to get under the hood and take a look at what's going on. These are going to be, I think it's already open. Okay, I hear a vacuum leak. Yeah, wow. Can you guys hear that vacuum leak? At least it sounds like a vacuum leak. Holy macaroni. So I guess maybe just one side is being worse than the other. Oh yeah, look at that. Right there, just a hose broke. Oh, I shut it up. So it only threw one code, which is fine. Just whatever side meets the criteria before the other side does. Let's see if we can get this hose off of here and get a new one thrown on. I'll show you the hose here in a second as soon as I get it out of here. Can I have the new set of pliers? These are, I gotta spray those with some WD. They're all rusty feeling, like I can't open them. Get the icons. Harbor Freight, man, if you're watching, I'll take a sponsorship all day long, guys. I buy most of my tools from you. Okay, so there you go. You just got completely blown through hose, is all. All right, well, let's find a piece of hose. Be up here. Yeah, it's a little small. I need some more of that. Oh, there it is. There we go. Perfect size line. We got another pair of pliers here. Why couldn't you give it to me open? Trying to cut my face off. All right, let's go throw this back in and double check our numbers and make sure everything's good. I'll show you where it goes. Just goes to the top side of the valve cover there, that green one, and then the back side of the intake you can see on the top right of the screen. All right, so we are done. We did the vacuum line on it. Everything seems to be fine. Our O2 sensors are reading where they should. We do have another check engine light to go do. Hopefully this one is not a comeback, because we recently did some engine mounts on this Jeep Grand Cherokee. That means that motor had to go way up in the air, like really freaking far to get the engine mounts in. So really hoping that it wasn't something I did, but you never know. And if it is, we'll take care of it. So stick around because that video is coming up next. All right, we're at the next check engine light. Vehicle's in the garage, so we're gonna go in there and take a look at this thing real quick.
Did you hear what I told Jena?
No. Oh, yeah.
I really, really like you guys. But.
Keys in it?
But. Oh, keys.
Yeah.
Oh.
She said she really, really likes us, but she hates having to call us. Been coming out here a lot lately to fix this car with multiple different issues. I can move that. All right, so let's see what we got here. We'll let them talk. Great customers, but she likes to talk, so she talks with my wife. So I can work. All right, so like I said, we've got a check engine light on. Not sure what it is. In the past, I've done quite a few to this vehicle. We've done emissions stuff. There was a destroyed rat-eaten line under the hood at one point. We've done a water pump. We've done the engine mounts. We've done headlight bulbs. Not sure if there's anything else, but we've worked on this truck quite a bit in the past. So like I said, we recently did those engine mounts, and there's definitely a possibility that we could have hurt something, but we had no check engine lights then, and that was a couple days ago. So I don't really think that we do have that problem, but we don't say we, the fuck are the words? How do I talk? I can't even talk. We can't rule it out. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Holy crap. Stupid sometimes. I don't know how to talk. Come on, AutoFix. Hook up to the internet so you can do your stuff. All right, we finally got some vehicle communication going on now. Sorry about that. It had to jump around on the video because it took a bit for me to get rehooked back up to my trailer for the internet. So, gateway unlocked successfully. All right, let's get in here now. Diagnosis, control unit, powertrain module, engine control module. Let's see what kind of codes we got. What are your bets? Did I screw something up? Did I not screw something up? Hopefully I didn't. And hopefully I did at the same time, because I'd rather save them a couple of bucks on this than have them have to pay for something over and over and over again. We're getting to the point where this car is starting to nickel and dime them a little bit. And we don't want that for the customer. We want proper things done. And Granted, that's what we do, but still. Yeah, so we got an evap emissions small leak. More than likely, we're probably going to have a damn leak detection pump issue, but we're going to go look under the hood and see if our lines are hooked up and we didn't crack anything.
One knock when we're all done.
All right. Main vacuum lines are good. Doesn't look like anything's cracked or messed up, especially on this line. This is the line that I replaced a long time ago. Everything looks in good shape. We're probably going to have to set this up for a smoke test. That's going to be our best option, because it either has it's got a small leak, but it's got a leak somewhere, or like I said, more than likely that leak detection pump on these ones, I believe it's in the passenger fender well, and just junk and dirt and road debris gets in there and it clogs it up. So I was coming over as a courtesy today on this one because we had done all that. But I don't think I'm going to be able to, I'm not going to get that in today as far as a leak test is concerned. We're going to have to come back. All right, so I'm definitely going to have to come back for a leak test on this one. Don't have time to do that today. I was coming out as a courtesy to check because we did those engine mounts. But the next job, we got something kind of cool on that one. At least we've got a power steering pump to do, and we've got to check the horn on it because the horn keeps blowing the fuse. This car we're actually going to go look at had I thought it was going to be a fun diagnosis. Turned out to be nothing. The lady called and said she turned her key, it would start, stall, start, stall, start, stall. Turns out the alarm was on, and she didn't know because the horn doesn't work, but the headlights were flashing. And she kept saying the hazards were flashing, and that wasn't the case. We fixed that by pushing the unlock button. Now the vehicle starts and runs fine. So we gained her trust, but now we got to go diagnose why the horns keep blowing the fuse, because as soon as you put it in and you hit the horn, it blows. So we got to go figure that out and put it. All right, we got to find the horn. We got to get it unplugged, see if that's our dead short to ground or not. Go from there. Shouldn't be, but something's causing it to blow the fuse. Who knows what it is. Okay, found the horn. Obviously on the bottom. Let's take a look. I didn't put that fuse back in. Yes, I did put the fuse back in. Gotcha. All right, let me get the power probe, please. All right, so like I mentioned before, this horn was complete dead short to ground every time you push the button. And that was why she didn't know the alarm was going off on the vehicle. So we're gonna just kind of test here and see if we can find out if I disconnected both horns, so we're just gonna see if it was the horns or if it's something else in the circuit, like in the line. I need you to go inside, man. Are you holding the horn? Let go. You're holding the horn down or no? Well, that's odd. Oh, that's cool. I got power on ground at the horns without the horn being pressed. No, this relay, are you letting go? This relay is getting controlled at all times. That's not what I expected. Okay, so we got a ground coming from the clock spring constantly doing this. Turn the steering wheel. Keep turning. Start it up and turn the steering wheel. Turn it to the left. All right, shut it off. Yeah, my relay is constantly being controlled here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Every time I put that relay in, it's being turned on. So it comes directly from the clock spring, and I don't think anything else. I gotta look. Let's go see. I thought there was something on the screen, but I don't remember what it said. Oh, from the body control module for the alarm. So vehicle speed control, horn switch, clock spring, blah, 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 blah. All right, we're gonna have to get into the clock spring. Look there. Let me get the ratchet wrench, the electric ratchet, and the 8mm. That is not a problem I noticed the other day. The other day, we just kept blowing that 20 amp maxi fuse. Is the airbag light on this thing? Yeah, airbag light's on. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, it went away. That just took a minute to go away. Okay, airbag's unplugged. So we're good there. I'm pretty sure this is like flattened. I'm gonna have you unplug this wire right here, if you can. There's a little tab here. Do you see it? Right here? You push that and then it unplugs.
Okay.
Okay? I want to put my hands on the relay.
Okay.
Never mind. Whatever it was, it stopped. I have no more full control on that anymore. Okay, so whatever I did taking that off, this has stopped being a dead short to ground or a dead trigger pull on this horn. Let me put the screws back in and then we'll see if that relay is going to go crazy again or not. Are you touching the horn or no? No. Okay, the relay is getting pressed again. Or the relay is on again. Okay, continuity should not have it there, and we do. So there's something wrong with the pad pushing this horn against the assembly here.
Only reason why we're changing this pump is because it's leaking. Okay. All right, now I gotta find my damn puller so we can get that swapped out. I don't know where I put it. Found it. All right, now let's get this pulley off. That sleeve on it. Let's get this thing cranking. I gotta figure out what size that is. So let's get this damn. You close that door on that truck. Oh shit. Got it. All right, so there's our old pump done. You can see in the front seal area, it's just destroyed. There is a core on that, so we do have to send that back because they don't make brand new ones of this. You can only get reman. Yes, I know, I try not to use reman, but what are you gonna do when they don't sell it? Or at least they don't sell it in a dollar range that is, or like somewhere you can buy it easily. You'd have to order some like weird Jeep off-road power steering pump or something like that, and we're not doing that. Customer doesn't want that. Customer wants this. So, new pump. Put these caps back on the old one when we put it back in the box so it doesn't leak. Now you wonder why I saved these. Yes. Amongst a million other things that it is good for. There's another one on this end. I'll get that off after. All right, so we got to be a little bit more careful with this one. We don't hurt anything. Go right back on top. Let me use this. thread down on the center, if that's the right one. I don't think that's the right one. That's the right one. Okay. So obviously most of you already know what this is, but if there's someone that's watching that doesn't, this is a bearing that's in here that allows it to spin so you can actually press the pulley back onto the pump. Okay. And that's it, nice and flush. All right, now let's go put this pump back in and get everything filled back up. Next job, we've got an AC compressor. I don't remember why we're going. So it's been like 3 weeks or a month or 2 months since we diagnosed it, and the guy now wants to get the job done, so we're gonna go and take care of it. I think it's just the clutch died, but I really can't remember, so we're gonna figure it out together. Okay, well, I'm at the AC job. This is gonna suck. It's a little dirty under here, and it's annoying on where I am. Compressor's here. So yeah, we're gonna get that pulled out real quick. You probably won't see a ton of this because it's just meaningless work. And yeah, that's all. Can I get a pair of pliers? Because God forbid my tool works. Okay. Compressor is out. That was a bitch. It's so rusted under there and just frustrating freaking car. But it's out and done. So we're gonna go on the bench and get the new one prepped and ready to go. All right, our system has been up and running for about 5 or 10 minutes now. We're sitting at about 56 degrees, just sitting here with the door wide open. It's 97 where I'm sitting. I'm waiting for the temperature to come back on the bottom end. 56.5. So we're doing good. Our pressures are about 40 and 175, still 180. We're gonna go show that to you. But yeah, we're 56 degrees. This thing's running really good. So like I said, this was just a matter of an open circuit in the compressor clutch. So we didn't need to do orifice tubes and all that stuff. The system was clean internally and it didn't have any leaks. So we're good. We're getting down there too. With the door open, we're now hitting into the 54 range. So we're golden on this thing. It works freaking great. Let me just show you the pressures before I call it a quits on this one. So after revving it, we're about 35 over 200. You couldn't ask for better pressures than that. So, all right, let me go ahead and get cleaned up here. We're gonna call that customer that we're supposed to head to next. Hopefully we can get over there and get that job done, but I haven't heard back from him all day. So hope for the best. All right, well, unfortunately, that gentleman is not answering the phone, so our day is done. That's 4 jobs in the books with a total of over $2,300 in total revenue for the day. So not a bad day. If you enjoy these videos, I'll put a playlist for you right here of all of our other ride-alongs, and I'll even add one on this side of some of our diagnostic and repair videos. I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you on the next ride-along.